Hey guys, Avali May with ESPN Esports, and I'm here with G2's jungler Jankos. You guys did it. You beat the world champion favorite coming into this game, and they were internationally undefeated. How excited are you to take this win?
I'm happy. I'm really happy that we did beat RNG. I felt like it's possible because it's always possible. You know, Cloud9 and both Cloud9 and Vitality already took a game of them, so they were not undefeated already. We knew that we can actually win. And also I felt like even though the games that we lost were like so stumpy from them, it felt like in game 5 they like were really tilting hard, and I don't think they did treat us as like even opponents. I think they underestimated us a little bit probably. So yeah, the odds were not in our favor, but we won, so I'm happy.
And excuse me, by internationally undefeated, I mean that they took both LPL splits, they took MSI, they took their Rift rivals. These guys were a big team to deal with. So how do you deal with that mentally coming in?
I mean, I think we just don't care, if that makes sense. I mean, Perix already said in an interview after the game, I feel like we have some issues sometimes, like in scrims, and sometimes I can't believe that we can go so far with how we actually play sometimes, like in scrims especially, but somehow we are here and we won. So for me it's more surprising that we actually did beat them. And about mental in game, I feel like if you're an underdog and no one expects you to win, and you just kind of give your best, you know, you play your heart out, and worst case that happens is just lose and everyone is expecting it. But best case, you can win, so we won, you know. So yeah, nice.
And those last two games in that series were especially kind of tilted in your favor. I mean, you had the game-winning, you did the whole axe down with your Olaf onto Uzi, and you guys rushed into the base. So how do you rate your own performance over this series?
I feel like in the first game I was choking a little bit in the early game, especially one play made my head like headache, because when I use Stealth Sword Raptors, you usually use your barrel, and as they respawn, the barrel explodes, being like already the stronger one after 3 seconds. But I used it too early, so I was really I was slower. Even though I got the first blood on bot lane, I was like a bit slower, so I was a bit upset. But except for it, I think I played fine, but I didn't really like carry hard. You know, I mostly helped my team. I felt like Perix played like out of his mind today. I feel like, you know, he actually carried like the games that we won. Even though it was not only him, because everyone played well, I feel like he was the MVP kind of, if that makes sense. And I think my own performance was fine.
And I've been following you guys since play-in, so I've got to see you in play-ins, groups, and then now in the quarterfinals. And you guys look like a completely different team since when you first came in. So how far do you think, or how much do you think G2 has improved since that first time you played at Worlds?
I think that when we came here for play-ins, we for sure, like, we didn't know priorities, and the path was, I think, it was kind of same, but as we left Europe, it was different, like between Gauntlet and play-ins. So we still had like some things that we had to work on, and I think play-ins help us a lot, because every time we play a game on stage and every time we kind of lose or win, we learn a lot from it. So I think without play-ins, we would not be able to be where we are, and without losing against, you know, Africa and Flashful, some of the games, we would not be able to be where we are right now as well. So I think we do learn a lot from mistakes, but I still feel like sometimes it's still surprising that we actually did manage to beat RNG. I'm not sure if like we are actually better, or if they were like so tilted, or what happened, but I'm happy that we did it. And next week we will face IG, which I think like Rookie is actually really good. So Perix will have like an opponent, because I feel like Wunder and Perix played really well, and usually they are like our strong side in games, you know, and like me and the bot lane are like usually performing like fine kind of. But those games, for example, enemy bot lane was like smurfing really hard every game, so we had to like help our bot lane a lot. And even though we did, our mid and top were still fine. So I feel like maybe next week it will be like a little bit easier for our bot lane, but it's going to be more difficult on Perix for sure. And Rookie was smurfing a lot, so I'm excited to watch the mid matchup, but I will be in game.
And tomorrow, your EU friends Fnatic are going to take on EDG. Any words of encouragement that you'd like to say to your friends there?
I mean, as you guys can see, we did win against RNG, so everything is possible, and you guys are playing probably worse teams. I mean, it's third seed against first seed of Europe, so Fnatic in theory should like be able to win for sure. And then we have Africa Freaks against Cloud9, and I hope NA loses. I mean, I don't mind the Western world, so I think NA can win. Okay, NA is good enough, I think, but Africa could be better. I mean, yeah, they could be better. So I really hope both Cloud9 and Fnatic will make it out to semifinals, and maybe we'll have like first time since like 6 or 7 years like final where like we have Western teams, but you know we can still lose to IG, so nothing before that, and yeah, we'll just try our best and we just don't care, and hopefully Cloud9 and Fnatic will like chill on stage even if they lose 1 or 2 games. Don't choke, don't tilt, and just don't care and just win or lose, you know.
We're just going to have to see what happens, but I wish you the best of luck in pulling that off. Jankos, thank you so much. And that is it for us here. I'm Ovely May with ESPN Esports.